Hey Kelly, this is my reflection for the What's Wrong with Your Hand video. Um, I was pretty unclear if I needed to do a video, if I needed to sign it, or if I could just voice it in recording, because I prefer that over writing an essay or writing a written reflection. So, through this process of doing just all of these assignments, it doesn't not specifically this one or not the last one, just in general, this 10-step process, I've definitely gotten more confident in it as I've gone on and talking with you and getting clarification on more of each of the steps. So in thinking about the salient linguistic features, I think is one of the things that is still tripping up most of our cohort. But I think I've come to understand, especially from ASL to English. English to ASL is still pretty tricky, but I'll save that for my English video reflection. One of the cool things with this video is he definitely signed different than I've seen. There's a few signs and a few ways that he has classifiers, like the kids, attacking. I guess I never asked or clarified what this meant, but I just kind of assumed and got from the context this kids attacking. So that was a really cool way to use that hand shape in that space. I definitely am still struggling with the content map still. So I think this is the most similar to what you want out of all of them that I did, is my one for this video, because it has the connections back to each of the things with her hand, because everything in the story is connected with her hand. And I've always, even in high school, I had issues with those content maps, like the bubble maps. I never really understood those or fully got my mind around them. There's just always something missing that I draw it wrong or do it wrong. So I'm still learning with that one. And as far as kind of tying in our vocabulary this year from discourse, how in the story he addresses the mom. So if he's the daughter, and his eye gaze is upwards, you know that it's the mom. If it's the mom and eye gaze is downwards, then you know it's the mom looking at the daughter. Or when the daughter signs "I hate you, I hate," all he signs, all that is signed is hate, 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 hate. But the body position, eye gaze, and just sign language make it clear that it is "I hate you." Because if it was just staring at the camera going, hate, 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 hate what? Hate who? Why are you hating? So that was very evident in this story, and that device was used. The body shifting and eye contact and eye gaze was very super important in this story, and it made the story. I have a few issues with just the context of the story, because this has nothing to do with the assignment, and I'm sorry, but I'm hoping I can make you laugh. The kids are very uncreative if the worst thing they can find to bully this girl for is her mom's hands. Also, how could you run out of a burning building, both a mother and a father, and not grab the infant? That's my only issue with the story. And that's just the actual story, not even the signing of the story. Anyway, classifiers were used very well in this story, like the burning, the beam, and how he used. It took me a few times rewatching the story to realize that when the first time he describes her hand, he does this. So it's not just that her hand is mangled or disformed. He moves his fingers, and it's like fire. So then when I did, and I missed that when I was doing my SLFs, I'm pretty sure. So then when I was retelling it, I made sure to say her hand looked burned, because he does that. It's like that. I kind of found in all these assignments as well, I kind of find the picture map or visualization map pretty amusing. I know I will keep developing my skill on how to make these concise, because they always tend to be pretty long. And it's really just kind of a comicalization almost of each step. And it's cool because I'm a visual learner. And so kind of drawing, and I'm sure that's the point of this step, but like drawing out the steps definitely helps me like remember the story and like lock in key points of the story, even if my art skill is a little questionable sometimes. Also, if you're wondering, that's a robber. I debated if I should sorry, this is for the English video, but I debated if I should label that because it's very unclear, and Alyssa today even was like, what is that? So yeah, I think that this particular story, it was a very nice kind of breath of fresh air because it was a very easy story to understand. Both of these videos were very easy to understand, and I very much appreciate that because it was such a challenging, and it's not even like, this process isn't really even hard necessarily, it's just very tedious and it's very intricate. And I'm honestly excited to get better at this and to explore this more because the first time that you showed this to us, I like had the thought, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna make it. And through talking to you and Emily and Alyssa and I kind of working together and sharing information and advice and stuff, I've definitely gotten a better grasp on it, and I can't wait to grow more with this and be more confident in it, and keep it going. I also kind of have a personal goal for myself. I want to be able to move to just doing it online the first time, or becoming so good at it and so neat with it that I can just do it on paper, because I really do prefer writing stuff down on paper. I mean, I can show you my notebook. I wrote every single thing down for the last project too, and then just typed it up later. And I mean, for the English to ASL video, I didn't even write down SLFs, which is I just typed it down. I saw it on the video, then went and typed it in my chart. But for every other one, I've written down SLFs and the steps and everything. So, a personal goal for myself is to be able to make the process from seeing it to processing it to finalizing it shorter and skipping the middleman of having to write out everything, because then that would make it a lot shorter process. But also, if it doesn't happen, that's totally okay, because writing down things is a very tactile way for me to ground myself in what the project is and like what I need to remember. So, and I also just feel very official shuffling papers around. Okay. I think that is it for my reflection on ASL to English, and you'll see me again in like maybe 20 minutes when you get to my reflection for English to ASL.